Imagine building an AI-powered chatbot that is customized to answer your customer questions, to provide support to what your customers are interested in, to attract potential customers by answering their specific questions. You can do that. I'm going to show you in this video how you can create this customized chatbot all without any programming. Hi, I'm Karl Kapp, Professor of Instructional Design and Technology at Commonwealth University in Bloomsburg, PA. And I'm going to guide you through this easy 6-step process of creating your own chatbot. So let's get started. So here's our tech stack. This is basically the technology we're going to be using to make our chatbot happen. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need Claude AI. That's the generative AI. We're going to build our HTML code widget using Claude, and that's going to then be placed upon our website. So in order to make that happen, we're going to have to go to the Claude console at platform.claude.com, and that's where we obtain our API key. And that's the key to unlocking the credentials so that we can use Claude and gather information there. You have to pay a small fee for the Claude console to work, but only a few dollars, and that will enable us to have these chats. After we do that, we're going to go to Pipedream, a tool called Pipedream. And Pipedream is going to create the relay between the API key and our website so that people on our website can't just see what our API credentials are. And it's going to give us a webhook. And that webhook is what we're going to put into the code to create the HTML widget. And then we're going to test this out with something called NetLiffyDrop. NetLiffyDrop is just a tool to test it. It acts as the server, so we can take our HTML code that's already hooked to Claude, that's already hooked through Pipedream, and we're going to test it out to see if it works. Once it works, we're going to go ahead and drop it into our website. In this case, it happens to be Learn Worlds, but it could be anything from Wix or Squarespace or GoDaddy or your own custom website. And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to create the code with Claude AI. We're going to get the API source key from Claude Console. We're going to create our webhook with Pipedream. We're going to test it with NetLiffyDrop, and then we're going to drop it onto our web host. Here's how it all works. A visitor will go to the LearnWorlds website and type in a message. The visitor message will then go to Pipedream, which is connected, if you remember, to the API key. The API key will call Anthropic, the API. Claude will respond and send back that message right to LearnWorlds. And that's the flow that we're going to build. As you recall, there's a number of steps in this process, and to help make it even easier, I've created a worksheet that walks you step by step through the process of setting up your own chatbot. So as you watch the video, download this particular worksheet. The link is in the show notes below, and you can grab that and then it will walk you through. Now, just like before you build a building, you have the architect draw out what you want, what it needs, what it looks like, where people are going to go. We're going to do the same thing here. So the first step in the worksheet is to go ahead and to define the bot. We want to define the persona. Is it going to be professional? Is it going to be humorous? Is it going to have an edge? What kind of persona do you want? So put in the persona information. And then, since this is a marketing related chatbot, but you could do customer service as well, you might put in your product information. If you have a membership site, you might put in membership details. You might put in pricing because it's marketing. You might put in who this is for, who's the target market of this particular product or products that you're offering. What are some key differentiators? What makes the difference between your product and somebody else's? A bonus value, right? Maybe you do consulting and workshops. Maybe you have a sign up URL that you want to put in there. Maybe you have some guide rails as well, like, hey, don't give anything away for free, or no discounts. And then finally, you circle. Is it a qualify and recommend the right tier? Are you going to answer frequently asked questions? What is your chatbot going to be doing as it's chatting with your potential customers? Now, the cool thing is you could actually ask Claude or somebody to help you with this worksheet. But this beginning part, step one, is going to help you clarify your thoughts about your chatbot. So go ahead and do that. Here's a pro tip. I took all that information for step one and I put it into my own document. So I separated it from the rest of the worksheet. And I'm going to give you a blank one of those again in the show notes. But this is going to come in handy when we drag and drop it into Claude a little bit later. So create a separate worksheet or use a separate worksheet for step one so it'll be easier when you create your chatbot HTML file. Now that we've filled out the first part of our worksheet and set it up in a separate document, the next step is go to the Claude console. So I'm just going to Google that and you type it in and it shows up, Claude console. You go ahead and click on that. Now I've already logged in, but if you haven't, you can go ahead and log in with Google. Then the next thing we're going to do is click on Get API Key, and that's going to take us to the API screen. And we're going to click on Create Key. Now it's going to ask us for the name of our key. You can name the key whatever you would like in terms of information. I'm going to call mine Pipedream because we're going to go to Pipedream next. And then you click Add. Now this then creates your API key. Now, this is a secret key, so I've kind of mocked one up here. You don't want to use your real API key in any HTML code because people could use it. So just go ahead and keep it safe. Where we're going to keep it safe, you're going to go ahead and you're going to add it to the workshop document. So right here, I've got it in my workshop document. As I scroll down here and get your Anthropic API key, right here is where I'm going to put my API key, the date created, and then the console login and password. I'm using Google, and there you have it. You've got the key. Now remember, you will never see this key again. It will go away. So copy it and paste it. Keep it safe. That way you'll have it. Now, one other thing I want to add is if you go into your billing and you do credit balance, for example, you're going to have to give some money so that Claude will work. So there ain't no free lunches, right? So you're going to have to go to the Claude console, go into billing, and give yourself, $5, $10. You can see I started off with $5. It doesn't take a whole lot of credits, but you do have to have credits. So make sure that you give yourself some credits before you continue, or your chatbot will shut down before you even got started. So that's all you need to do. You've got the Anthropic key, you've saved it, on to the next step. Just a quick clarification. Anthropic is holding the larger organization of Claude. So Anthropic is the company, Claude is the tool. So when I talk about an Anthropic key, that comes from the Claude console. So Anthropic and Claude, for what we're talking about today, are essentially the same thing. An Anthropic API key is indeed the Claude API key. They're the same thing. So we created it in Anthropic and we're going to use it throughout. So when we see the variable Anthropic key, the Claude key that we just created is the one that we want. So the next step is to go ahead and go to Pipedream. Let's go ahead and type in Pipedream, and then let's click on the link. Once you're in Pipedream, you want to go ahead and sign up if you haven't signed up already. You can sign up with Google, with GitHub, your own email, however you'd like. I'm already in with Google, so we'll click on Google, and you can see here I am. And yours will be blank, but we're going to go ahead and click on New Project, and then you're going to create the project, and then we're going to create a workflow, and then we're going to name the workflow, and then you're going to click on Create Workflow, and now you have it named. There's my LW chatbot, and you're going to add a trigger. When you click on Add a Trigger, you have lots of choices. We're going to do a webhook. So we're going to click on webhook, and it's going to give us a number of trigger items. We have an event date, HTTP response, domains, authors. We just want HTTP response. Click on that and choose Return a Custom Response from your workflow. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to click on Save and Continue. And this is the gold that we're looking for, the URL. This is our webhook. So again, we're going to save this and we're going to add it to the worksheet. But we're not done here. So we save this, we add it to the worksheet. Then you're going to click on Generate Test Event. It's going to generate that. And then you're going to send the HTTP request. Now we're successful. We're going to continue this, but we're going to take a little side journey. So stay with us. What is this side journey? Well, we have to go back up to the project. We're going to add a variable. So we'll click on here and see where it says variables. We want to add a variable. So we're just going to go ahead and click new, and then we're going to click new variable. Now, the important thing here is that this is, if you remember, our Anthropic API code. This is where we link Pipedream to the Anthropic API code. So the key here is going to be a variable, and we're going to call it Anthropic underscore API underscore key. You want to type it exactly like that. Anthropic underscore API underscore key. Then we paste in the value. Remember the value that we put in our worksheet. We paste it here and we configure this as secret. Shh, we don't want anybody to know. Then we hit create, and that creates that Anthropic key. Now we navigate back to our LW chatbot, and see the trigger has a plus. We click on the plus, and now we're going to add a node. This is one of my favorite because it says run node code. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to run the node code. So you click on that. Then notice it adds the code here, and it puts us into edit, and it has this code already there. We don't like this code. We don't want this code. We're going to delete this code. And now we're going to put in the code from the worksheet. So we go back to the worksheet, we copy that code, and we paste it into here. Exactly. And notice, here's that Anthropic underscore API underscore key. Okay, so once we've copied it from the worksheet, we hit test, and voila, it's a success. We've got two greens, a green trigger and a green code. And remember, we also had the webhook. That webhook is going to be used when we go back to Claude and we use Claude to write the HTML code for our chatbot. So the last thing we have to do is just deploy. And once we deploy, it congratulates us on a job well done. Now we're done with Pipedream, it's off to Claude. So here I am at Claude, and I'm going to do two things. One, I actually took all of that information, remember the content about my chatbot, the persona, etc. I put that in one document. I'm going to take that document, I'm just going to drag that into Claude. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the worksheet, and now I'm going to go to step 4, and I'm going to take this prompt and I'm going to copy it. It's a long prompt, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and copy that prompt, and then I'm going to paste it into Claude. Now, I'm not done yet because I need to go to, where it says Pipedream URL, I need to go back to my worksheet, grab that URL, and type that URL in. Or, of course, I could just paste it in, which actually might be better. And then we come down here and we go ahead and we submit it. And what Claude is going to do is going to take the webhook that I just put in, which is connected to our Anthropic API key, and it's going to take the instructions and the content, and it's actually going to go ahead and create an HTML file. I'm going to take that HTML file and I'm going to add that to our website, and that's going to be our chatbot. Now, of course, it'll take a moment, so let's fast forward through the Claude process to get to the final result. So here we are. We're all done, and you can see that it went through the process. It gives us some information, technical information, tells us about deploying it, etc. Now, be careful. One of the things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this. Yeah, let's check it out. But it's going to have some problems because Pipedream needs to be server side, right? We need to have the HTML file on a server. If you just have it on your laptop or your desktop, it may not work as effectively. And you're like, hey, what's wrong with this chatbot? Dr. Karl told me it would work, and look, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So let's not click on this. I mean, we could click on it and can see some chatting. You could say hello. And it's having a connection hiccup. Of course it is, because we're not connected server side. So we've got to do server side. So In order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to download this and we're going to put it on another website that is going to allow us to test it out server side. So let's go ahead and download this. And then we'll go to that particular website and check it out. So we've got to go to a website called netliffy.com/drop. And when we do that, it's going to give us the opportunity to test out our chatbot, which is very exciting. So it's going to go ahead. So here we are, and we're going to find our file. And here it is. It's my widget, HTML. I'm going to drop it. It's going to ask me if I want to rename it and deploy it, which I do. It's just going to rename it to index.html. And so we'll let it do that. Okay, so once it does that, it's going to give us a URL and our password. Copy this password because we're going to want it on the next screen. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to click on this, and now it asks me for that password. I'm just going to paste it here. I'm going to type submit, or click on submit actually. And there you have it. It has my chatbot. If I click on my chatbot, it then activates my chatbot. So I can say, hello, chatbot, and it's going to respond to me. And you can see here it's talking about learning and development pros and what's happening, what brought you to check out the academy, looking for a community, I might say. And it's going to respond to me, and it's going to respond to this question, which, hey, that makes sense. Here's all about the community. Are you a solo practitioner? I might say, yeah, I'm a solo guy at my organization. And it's going to respond to me as I'm chatting with it. So it's collecting that information. Now it's asking me, the biggest gap that you're running into, stakeholder pushback, I might say, and it will carry on this conversation with me as long as I want. So in the worksheet, there's a checklist for you to look at. So let's check out that list that's in the worksheet and see what it provides us in terms of creating and QAing our chatbot. So here we are at the chatbot refinement checklist. Let's see what it gives us. You want to know, is the bot doing what it's supposed to do? Is it asking one qualified question because this is marketing? Does it correctly describe all your pricing tiers? Does it handle vague requests well? What about recommendations? Does it stay on topic? Notes from testing. Now, to be honest with you, a couple of times I've had to go back to Claude and ask it to take the prompt that you have in the worksheet and modify it. You may need to change it. You could even ask Claude to modify that as well. So here is the prompt, and don't be afraid to have Claude modify it. So let's say you've modified it, you've got it where you wanted, you tested it out, and now you're ready to deploy it. So first thing we need to do before we deploy is get the HTML code that we just created. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this icon here to see all my artifacts. And basically, the artifact that I want is the last LDM chatbot. That's the last one I did. So I'm going to click on that. And then I want the HTML code. So I'm just going to click on the code symbol here, and I'm going to copy it. And now that I have it copied, you'll notice it shows up as a green copy. Now that I have it copied, I'm going to go ahead and post that on my website. So let's go do that. Okay, so here I am on my Learn World site. I'm just going to go ahead and log in, access my school. Now, this is a proxy for any type of website. You might have Wix as a website. You might have other web hosts. It doesn't matter. What you want to do is go to your website, and you're going to add the code to your website. So here I am, edit website. Now, here's my website, and you could do it at the site level or the page level. I'm going to do it at the site level so that the chatbot is on every page of my site. I click Site Custom Code. And again, this will be a little bit different perhaps in your web tool, but in the Learn Worlds, here's what it looks like. Now that I've clicked on Log Out, I want to go ahead and add the code. So I'm going to hit Enter. So I have a code line, and then I'm going to paste that HTML file right into here. So there it is. Now, again, any site that you have, you paste it in the header. I'm going to update this. I'm going to save it. And then when I click on Preview, it's going to allow me to check it out. So I click on preview, and then there is my chatbot. I click on my chatbot, and there it is, full powered. So that's how you create your own AI-powered chatbot. All right, there you have it. So go out and create your own chatbot. And remember to always play, learn, and have fun.